Hello and welcome to Race Week, week 22 of the Advanced Full Distance Plan from Scientific Triathlon. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're excited about racing this weekend after all the hard work that you've put in through this plan. The objective of this week is, of course, 100% about regaining your freshness, like anything that you still haven't regained perhaps after last week, and getting those final percentage points of freshness back into your body and being fully fresh but also fit on race day this weekend. And speaking of weekend, one thing I should say, if you happen to be racing on Saturday rather than Sunday, then what I recommend doing is simply skip the Tuesday. So you move Wednesday to Tuesday, Thursday to Wednesday, Friday to Thursday, and Saturday to Friday. And so, yeah, that's it. That's what I recommend if you're racing on Saturday. A couple of things, of course, you need to make sure that logistically everything is prepared, equipment and stuff, and time schedules and so on. You have already been working on this plan, logistics plan, over the last couple of weeks, so it shouldn't be an issue, but maybe some loose ends to tie up. And then mental preparation is something to work on as well. So, of course, this is something we work on all the time in training, but positive self-talk is something that I think is hugely important. Knowing what you should say to yourself in the race. And positive self-talk is the one thing that scientifically we know really, really works. So this can be really simple things such as keep going strong, you're looking strong. It can be both things like it can be things that instructions that you say to yourself, but it can also be observations. But the key thing is that they're positive. They're not things like don't give up or don't slow down. Rather, they're keep this pace or you're managing this pace well. Those would be examples of positive self-talk. Then another mental preparation aspect that I think is really good in terms of building confidence, which is also crucial, is to look through your lead up to the race and choose 1 to 2 of your best workouts for each discipline, for the swim and for the bike and for the run. And then draw upon those workouts in your memory when you're in the race. And remember how hard you were working, but also how great it felt when you got it done and how great you performed in them. So for example, let's say you're on the bike and you remember back to a workout where you were doing really, really well. It was hard work, but you managed to do it and you surprised yourself perhaps. So when you're on the bike and it's feeling perhaps quite tough, you're a bit farther into the race, you can call upon that workout and think back to how it felt, how hard you were working, but how long you managed to work hard, and how great numbers you put out, and all that will help you gain confidence and keep confidence in the fact that you are able to keep going and keep pushing in your race. So that's another key thing that I really think that helps. But then just also finally accepting that it is going to hurt. An Ironman is always going to hurt. It never gets easier, you just get faster. So prepare yourself for that. It's not going to be all roses, but it's going to be very rewarding at the end. So keep that in mind as well, that it's a privilege to be able to do triathlon, and keep that in mind. This is something that not everybody can do, and we're lucky to get to do it. So be grateful when you're out there on the race course as well. Regarding training this week, the only mistake you can do is to do more than is prescribed or do anything harder than is prescribed. You certainly shouldn't do any of that. We do keep a little bit of kind of race pace and some peaks of higher intensity just to recruit those fast twitch fibers as well, while also working on that pacing aspect of feeling what race intensity feels like. But it's not much. For example, on the Thursday bike ride, you can see that we do 4 times 30 seconds of harder efforts, but they're only 110 to 120% FTP. So for that duration, it's not hard. And then 4 minutes at slightly below threshold or at threshold. And then we do 3 times 8 minutes at race pace, which is still essentially only like high zone 2 or maybe at the very low end of zone 3. So that's not a huge amount of intensity at all. And a similar pattern, of course, on the run and in the swim. So don't do anything more. Don't do anything more intense. This is about the minimum effective dose, and all the hay is in the barn in terms of fitness. We just want to maintain it, and what is prescribed here will certainly do enough to maintain it. It's just about getting really fresh and also having the muscles not turn up to the starting line stale. But for an Ironman, even that doesn't really matter because you'll find them after a while. So it's different if you're racing a sprint distance race, perhaps. So yeah, that's mostly it. Keep memorizing that training plan, racing plan, and the race nutrition and hydration should all be finalized. And make sure that you have it all dialed in when you get to race day. And then just trust all the hard work you've been doing, trust in the training, trust in yourself to be able to execute your training plan that you developed over the course of doing a lot of specific training. So trust that plan that you have and follow it, and you're going to be just fine. And yeah, I think that's it. I really want to wish you the best of luck. I'm very grateful that you have trusted this program with your training. And if you want to email me after and let me know how it goes, I would love to hear it. I would also love to hear your feedback on the training plan in general, both positive and negative. So please feel free to email me, and I hope to hear from you after that. And yeah, that's it for this video. I hope to see you in some other ones in the future, perhaps if you might try some of our other training plans, or maybe perhaps you might even inquire about coaching after this experience. That's also something we offer at Scientific Triathlon, so feel free to check that out if you're interested in coaching. But if not, then no worries. Just do the best you can, and I hope you have a great race this weekend. And I hope to talk to you again at a later point. Bye bye.